Yo, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. So I figured today, instead of making a bunch of separate posts on altcoins and Bitcoin and Ethereum, I just all combine it into one short video, just giving you a brief overview of what I'm looking for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the top performing altcoins right now. Just keep it short and brief, just so I don't have to make as many posts, and you can rewatch it as much as you want. But starting with Bitcoin here, basically what I'm just watching for here is I've been making a bunch of different posts about this, but simply watching this H4 trend, this 4 hour trend here. Um, as long as this 4 hour trend holds here, we can continue to target range highs. If we look back here, been very well respected. How does support on the way up? Held the way up to here, lost it. So we said here, flip bearish here, and figured a test of range lows was coming, which happened. And then we got this 4 hour trend holding as resistance on the way down. And once we reclaimed it, we said we can target back to range highs as long as it holds. Um, and currently, range highs did not quite get there yet. We did almost get there. But basically what I'm looking for here is, as long as this 4 hour trend holds, continue to look for that move higher into range highs. The first bearish argument here would be losing this 4 hour trend, and then we might get that test of range lows. Maybe daily trend is confluent by there. But so far, as still holding 4 hour trend and remaining above it. A test of 4 hour trend here, I would not be surprised if happened, but still looking decent here on lower time frames even. But the real fun begins when we get to break out above this range high here, and then we can look to target that first fib extension at the 1.618 at like $102,000. Of course, if trends are lost before then, we would look to stop targeting that. But as long as trends hold, could continue to look for this fib extension. But just got to make sure this 4 hour trend holds and give us that breakout. But yeah, looking good for now, in my opinion. Okay, going over Ethereum here. Same kind of deal here. Still watching the 4 hour trend. Back here, this price action here, we said as long as this reclaim retest can hold, we can look for that move higher into this $3,600 level and above there into 4,200. So we reclaimed this $3,600 level and currently holding above it. But basically what I'm trying to do here is avoid the low time frame chop and simply watch the higher time frame trends right now, just to avoid getting chopped up. So as long as this 4 hour trend holds, same kind of deal as Bitcoin, as long as it holds here, still looking for a move into 4,200. And above there is basically the all-time high, and fib extensions would be, the next fib extension would be 1.618 at like $7,400 area. But so far, looking good. Just try to avoid the chop, and as long as we remain above this 4 hour trend, continue to look for higher here. Okay, moving into the first altcoin, Pepe. Just quickly going over it here. This 2 hour trend has been holding up very well the entire way up. So basically what I'm doing here is, as long as this 2 hour trend holds, continuing to look for those next fib extensions, which I can draw it out here in a second. But basically, any dip into this 2 hour trend, I would be looking to buy. Now, do have to remember, eventually this trend is going to fail to hold. So has been tested quite a few times already. But as long as it holds, continuing to look for a move higher into our fib extensions, which I can draw that out real quick. From this high to that low. So we just tapped into the 4.236. So that next fib extension would be the 4.618, and then the 685, and then the 1109. But basically just have to hold above that 2 hour trend, which has been very nice trend so far. Okay, moving on to the next one, Bonk. So here's what I'm watching for. I'm avoiding low time frame trends right now, like I said before, but basically watching this 4 hour trend. How does resistance here? How does support? How does support? And if we can get a test of this 4 hour trend once again here, kind of confluent with this support level here, I do think that would make for a pretty good swing long position here. And looking to probably take some off here at this target, and then that high, and above there would be fib extensions from there into new highs. But basically, just watching this 4 hour trend, as long as it holds, continuing to look for continuation higher. And yeah, possibly if we get a dip into it, would look for a move higher here for a nice swing long position. Okay, moving on here into Dogecoin. So what we have been watching here is this has been pretty choppy, but basically same as a lot of these other coins right now. 4-hour trend has been here. We were saying as long as this reclaim can hold, can look for continuation higher into at least this range high, and then above there I'd be looking for these two targets at like 21-22 cent area, as long as this 4-hour trend holds, which so far it is holding. So as long as it can hold here, still looking for continuation higher. It is looking a little bit weak here, but still holding this support level here as well as this 4-hour trend for now. If you're looking for a setup, I would look for something like this, and maybe put it below this low over here, and look to something like this. Pretty high RR trade, risk reward trade here, but yeah, I would nicely line up with Bitcoin breaking out above range highs possibly, and so on. But just need to see that 4-hour trend hold. Okay, Ondo, really quickly, going over this here. 1-hour trend is what you want to be watching. You can see held twice here. A little bit of deviation below it, but ended up reclaiming it, holding it, and continuing higher. So any dip into this 1-hour trend would be where I would look to position long, and continuing to ride this trend higher. Ideally, you want this trend to be confluent with some sort of support for your entry. But as long as this trend holds, continue targeting those fib extensions, which if I draw them out here, I would draw it from this high right here to that low. So next fib extension would be the 2.618 at like $1.88. So we just tapped the 1.618, so that 2.618 would what I'd be looking for next. Okay, moving on here. Solana. So this is the last one on my list. I see a lot of bearish takes on Solana right now on the timeline, but if we take a look here, this 4-hour trend has been holding very nicely on the way up. It has resistance, got a little bit chopped up here, but we have now broken out above it and front ran it here actually. But we did get this test here of the 4-hour trend. So as long as this 4-hour trend holds, I would look for continuation higher into the $200 level. If it can break out above $200, then we're looking at the all-time high and fib extensions, which that first fib extension would be the 1.618, which that would be at $420 level. But really need to see this 4-hour trend hold here and kind of get a breakout above this consolidation here. So hold this 4-hour trend, maybe take out this low here, still hold the 4-hour trend, break out, something like this, possibly. But just need to see this 4-hour trend hold. Yeah, so basically, as long as, basically for all these altcoins, basically as long as we can see these 4-hour trend holds, we're still looking good for continuation higher. Just need to see them hold. Hopefully we get a breakout. Getting kind of impatient with this choppy price action, but just try to avoid the low time frames in my opinion and stick to the higher time frames to avoid getting chopped up here. But I do think we get some continuation higher soon, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, comment below if you want, and if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. And see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed.